Aries, Aries, Aries. So your time is up, and we are going to do spirit messages for Aries for 2021. So what this reading will probably do, let me get these glasses right. It's going to kind of give you some insight on what you need to kind of focus on in this new year. It's going to show you also some obstacles that maybe you need to work through to move out the way so this year could be a little bit smoother for you. And then we're going to finish off with the goddesses with a guidance message that maybe will motivate, inspire, or give you some insights on how to navigate the obstacles. So we're going to use major arcana for like major things that you're going to be dealing with this year. If you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe. I always forget to say that, but I'm trying to get a little bit better with it. So Aries, Aries, Aries 2021. Aries 2021. Spirit. Aries, Aries, Aries. 2021. Any guidance, any messages for them, anything that they need to hear, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, oh, Aries. Ooh, I got some good stuff coming in this year. Aries, Aries. One more card, Spirit. Aries, 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 2021. Any other guidance? Aries, 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 2021, Spirit. I want one more card, Spirit. One more card. You're going to make me pull for it? Let's do it. Okay, but it's good. It's good. It's still good. There's a lot of spiritual growth that's coming in with you guys. So we have Temperance. We have the High Priestess. We have the Moon. And we have the Star. So these are your key points for this year. When you look at Temperance, Temperance comes out first, and Temperance is about balance, finding your balance. Some of you are going to find yourself adding things to your schedule or to your life that seem to be a lot more productive for you, but be careful that you don't overload your plate. I feel like there's some new ideas, new opportunities that are coming in. If you're a business owner, you may be um, bringing in a new line of things, or you may be expanding your business. If you're working for a company or something like that, I feel like there's going to be some changes or new ideas that come in, or maybe it will be even just the way you do things that will change. With temperance, though, temperance is like don't overload where you're kind of leaning one way to the other. It's like, okay, we got to find balance. She's pouring out something equally from one jar to another jar. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's going to be some new beginnings when it comes to ideas, when it comes to changes, but it's all about balance for you. If you feel out of balance with something, do not do it. The High Priestess is coming in on top of that, which means intuition, growth. And we even have the Moon card. So there's a lot of spiritual growth. There's a lot of spiritual growth and a lot of intuitive messages that I feel like are going to be coming in. Some of you may even be seeing cycles change, or moods or expressions change with the mood cycles. You may even find yourself being drawn to some type of moon magic. You may be into astrology. You may be, if you practice, you may even be doing rituals where you're using the cycles of the moon to help you. I will say that the only downside that I get with this is that you may find yourself dealing with a lot more mood swings this year. If this is not you, this could be people around you, but I feel like there's this thing of something like this, where it's like you feel one way the next day, and the next day it may be completely different. If this is not your energy, you could be dealing with somebody in a relationship or a family where it's like, okay, they were this way one day, the next day they're completely on something else, and I don't know what's going on. So there's something really structured about finding balance this year, whether this is with you or with people around you. I do get also speaking up. The Moon card could be either you being a little bit secretive about things that you're doing, or dealing with somebody who's a little bit secretive about things that they're doing with you. Now, if this is you, you could be doing something with a business. Maybe you're trying to start some business up. You're doing something with education. You don't want to put it out there with a lot of people. That's fine. But when it comes to something where you feel there is a deception with you that you need to share with someone, say this is a family member, somebody you work with, somebody you're in a relationship with, I will say go ahead and be honest, be transparent with it, because some of you are going to have that come back and bite you in the ass if you're doing some things that are secret. Vice versa too, general read. I feel like if you're dealing with somebody that's not telling you everything, something's going to be illuminated this year where you're like, okay, I didn't know that was going on. So now we got to deal with this energy. So if there's secrets, whether this is you or somebody else, I feel like things are going to be coming to light. Whenever I see this in a reading, I always tell people get ahead of it. It's always better to ask for forgiveness than to sit up there and be like, oh, da, 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 and the person is like, well, what's going on? There's something where I feel like you're going to be dealing with a truth that comes out one way or the other. And for somebody else, this could be, if you're cross watching, you could be finding out a truth about an Aries. I do get some things with gossip this year. I would not really focus on it because it looks like it's not anything that's major. And here's the thing with the high priestess, a lot of you are going to know. Like, I know you're dealing with me in a different way. I know you're talking about me. I know you're being shady with me. Trust your intuition this year, you guys, especially when it comes to the people around you, because this is a part of spirit helping you navigate and balance things in your life. So don't discount these red flags or these things that you see this year because you really need to stay on point. The star card is really showing some positive movement where you're putting yourself out there. This could be financial gain. This could be being in the public's eye. If you have a YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you're on, what is it? I want to call it the Playhouse, but I think it's the Clubhouse. I got an Android, so I can't be invited. I feel some kind of way about that, but you know what? I don't need the distraction. So maybe that's the right thing for me. But for some of you, I feel like if you're doing something with social media, be prepared that you're going to be put more in the spotlight. If you're an entertainer, if you're a dancer, if you're a singer, you're going to have some things that are going to open up for you. And I know COVID is kind of throwing things out of whack, especially with entertainment. But some of you may be finding out that you're getting called in for some type of role or some type of production. And it may be the new normal with the mask and everything, but it looks like something that's going to put you in the spotlight. If you have your own business, you're an entrepreneur, I feel like you're going to be, like I said, adding something new to it. There's this thing of growth where it's going to be trying something that comes in that elevates your business or brings in more money. So use your intuition, stay balanced, cut away people that are unbalanced. If you feel like you have somebody that has you going like this and that, then you need to walk away. If you feel like your emotions are out of whack or you need to go ahead and look into therapy or medication, some of you may have to cross that line because it's all about finding your balance, keeping you structured so you won't be distracted because you got the star card coming up, a goal that spirit is leading you to, but they need you to be focused to get there. So we're going to use tough shit to see what obstacles that you may have. Aries 2021 spirit. Any obstacles, anything that they need to know that may be an issue with them this year. Aries. All righty, let's see what we got. Ah, okay, interesting. So the first thing that we got is being over stimulated or over connected with technology. So if you are working on social media and everything like that, give yourself your times, your days, and then stop. Do it as a business. If you're running a business like that, put a schedule. Don't focus. If you're like me, I can't even pick up my phone to check my calendar because then I'll end up on TikTok or Facebook or something like that. So I have to keep a separate calendar so that I can go write things in because if I pick up my electronics, I get distracted and that's on me. Some of you might be dealing with that. It's also showing too that some of you are using your electronics as a distraction not to accomplish goals. So if you find yourself on your phone too much, or you're somewhere and you're like this, or you're at a restaurant, you're with your friends and you're on your phone, some of you are gonna have to pull away from that because spirit is showing that you're not accomplishing things that you need to because you're focused on something else or you're distracted with something else. I also get too that there's this thing about perfectionism where it's like you're holding people up to a higher standard. Like, they should be this way, or they should act this way, or they should do this. And spirit is going to challenge you this year. Are you at that level? You want a woman with a PhD or a man with a PhD, but do you have, I'm like seeing orbs, but do you have that? You want somebody that has, the latest 2021 card, but do you have that? So spirit is like, watch your judgment this year. If you're a very judgmental person or you're looking at other people and you're like, well, they should have this or they should do this, don't be surprised if that stuff flips back around on you and spirit puts you in a position where it's like, okay, what do you have? This could even be people judging around you where you feel like you're being judged. But I get this thing of spirit is like hold yourself to the same standards that you're holding other people to. If they are not on that same level that you are and you're putting them down, you may find yourself on that level. So there's going to be some lessons with you guys if you don't find balance, especially if when it comes to standards and putting people on pedestals that don't need to be put on pedestals, or either putting yourself on a pedestal and something with ego, something with ego. So be really careful with that this year. I do get a lot of fear, and it's because changes are coming in. I want to do it, but I'm scared. I want to try this relationship, but I'm scared. I want to go ahead and do this other job, but I'm scared. Your intuition is guiding you. You have spirit that is walking with you. For a lot of you with that high priestess, you have things that are going to be coming to you. You feel it, you know it. I think the whole thing with the moon card is, do I know everything? Do I see everything? Can I make a decision based on this? Because I don't, there's some unknowns. We will never know everything. Even with readings, I don't care if you're a psychic, a medium, you pull dirt or whatever. You will never know everything because spirit is very selective with what they share with us because we're not meant to know everything. If you knew when you were going to die, how would you live? Some people would stop. If you knew certain things, you wouldn't go through the lessons or things that help you grow to elevate you. So be really careful that you are not stopping yourself because you don't know the outcome. I mean, definitely be, use discernment, use your intuition with decisions. But some of you are not making decisions because you're scared. You don't know what's behind door number one, so I'm not going to choose it. I'm not going to choose door number two. I'm not going to choose door number three. So you're standing up here. That's a whole year of not making a decision. Choose the goddamn door and walk through it because whatever's on the other side is for you. All right, we got some stuff with love. Some of you you got some complications, but it looks like that you got to come out of this thing of I'm going to be rejected. There's a lot of judgment that seems to be your obstacle this year. Get out of it. Get out of it. A lot of you may be worried about what people are going to say. Am I going to be rejected? Am I going to be embarrassed? I mean, this is life. This is what we go through. So if you're letting things like that stop you, it's time for you to go ahead and figure out, how do I get over that hump? For some of you, it may be going to talk to someone or dealing with a life coach that you can, I'm not going to say feel comfortable with rejection because we never get comfortable with it, but it comes to a point where it's like that. It's not that big of a deal. It's like with me going out on a date and somebody doesn't call me back. Some people would sit up there and think about that, 2 weeks. Why did they call me back? Why didn't they do this? Was it me? Was it my breath? Was it my clothes? And I just be like, okay, it wasn't a connection. It's not that deep. So we got to figure out if the judgment and the stuff that we're fearing is really that deep. And for some of you, it could be. So I'm not going to make light of it. But for some things, it's really not. Spirit is like you're letting some things that are hold you back that are really, they're not that strong in your life this year. So be really careful on what you get distracted, what you're focused on, because it may not be as major as you feel it, which brings in therapy or a life coach or even just having someone to talk to that gives you perspective. All right, let's look at the goddess. Let's see what messages that they have for you. Aries, Aries, Aries goddesses. Aries, any messages, anything that they need to know, spirit goddesses. Any messages? Ah, she comes out again. Wow. All right. Interesting. High Priestess comes out again. Very, very intuitive. Very much spirit guided this year. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your meditations. Pay attention to songs that come over and over again. Things that repeat, synchronicities that stand out for you. It's also showing too that this year some of you are going to find yourself not being able to eat certain things, drink certain things. You may become vegan or vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever it is. There's something with purification. Let me get these cards up closer. There's something coming in with purification where it's like you may end up changing some things out. Like you might be lactose intolerant. I can't do milk anymore. You might actually have an aversion to eating meat. Maybe there's some type of diet plan or something that you're going to be starting. But it looks like that whatever this is, this change in your diet or what you're putting into your body actually helps your spiritual growth. So I've heard the thing where if you go vegan or whatever, you're supposed to connect with the spirits a whole lot better and deeper. I have friends that are vegan and they're like, no, it didn't work for me. It depends on what it is that the connection with spirit is. Sometimes they'll take things away from you. It'll be like I can't drink Dr. Pepper anymore, or I don't have a craving for sugar anymore. And it's literally about getting things out of your life that hinder you, things that hold you back, things that don't feel good for you, whether this is food, whether this is people. Some of you, this may even be music or TV shows that you look at that you may be purifying yourself with. Now, we have focused intention, and it's like keep your unwavering thoughts and feelings and actions focused in on your target. That literally is what these cards were saying. The star card is your target. So we have a lot of let's not get distracted with Facebook. Let's not get distracted with TikTok. Let's not get distracted with the clubhouse. Use it to network and market if you have a business, but don't sit on there 3 and 4 hours when you could be doing some work that's productive to get you to this star moment. A lot of you are watching other people grow and you're supporting their channels. And there's nothing wrong with supporting people, but you're not putting the same energy into what you want, into your goals, into what your vision is. So we got focus intention, and this is basically she has an arrow. She's gonna shoot it. It's like I only see this. I don't see this to the side. I'm not distracted with this other stuff. I only see what I'm going towards. So this year, Spirit is saying if you stay focused on your goal, on your target, you're gonna reach it. And for some of you, this is going to be in a major way. This could be fame. This could be really putting yourself out there where people are like, I know who you are. I know what you do. I'm interested in you and I'm following you. So I will say if you are using too much of your energy, being distracted with social media things that are not productively pushing you where you need to be, especially if you're self-employed, then you're going to have to restructure that. Remember, it's about finding balance and being focused this year. And for a lot of you, you're going to make it. You're going to get your target. You just got to be really, really strict with it. All right, you guys, I love you. Mwah.